Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Welcome back to my channel. We have another craft beer review for you today, and it is another beer from Marble actually, but it is another one from their mixed fermentation range. This one is a sour blonde ale, first blend from their Solera system, and it is sour blonde and it is 5.7% ABV, bottle 297 of 427. Marble beers are from Manchester. I think the last one was a collaboration or like a rebrew of a collaboration between them and Zapato. However, this one is just their own. It says on the bottle, this is the first blend of our Solera System, a mixed fermentation sour blonde ale fermented in oak barrels. Without further ado, we shall get this sour blonde ale into a very fancy schmancy glass. So you have a nice straw coloured beer with a tiny little half a finger white head, which is most likely going to dissipate because of the style of beer that it is. I'll just put that back there. Yeah, slightly hazy. There is some carbonation in there. I mean, it's not the most ideal glass to see carbonation. Yeah, looks very nice, very appetizing. I'm quite warm at the moment, so it is very, it's nice and chilled, so looking forward to it. I will say I've actually tried this one before because we got a couple of bottles of it and it is very, very nice. However, I will describe what it's like. So let's get some
Notes.
Okay, so right off the bat, you get sort of an appley cider, sort of a vintage cider kind of tang to it. You also get the undertones of sort of like a Weiss beer almost, because it is a blonde, but it does have this like slightly Franziskaner-y, banana-y thing just behind the vintage cider tang.
The vintage cider tang.
Yeah, slight funkiness to it. I mean, that's kind of a given from mixed firm beers. They are tend to be kind of slightly funky, a bit farmhousey, slightly hay. A little bit of balsamic as well actually. So you've got vintage cider with a bit of slight undertone of banana and a balsamic sort of finish that's quite sharp and acidic. Let's dive in and see how it tastes, shall we? Ooh, incredibly tangy, a lot of balsamic, and it's just sort of appley. It's appley with a sort of a balsamic finish to it, so it is almost like a cider in a way, but there is sort of a bit more of a malty depth to it, rather than just being fruit based. It's an interesting one. Like when I drink it, I can imagine sort of the fields of wheat.
Running through the fields of wheat.
Running through the fields of wheat. It's got a good level of carbonation as well to push all of that tanginess round your mouth to different parts of your tongue. It's very good. I mean, it's one of those things, they always say that if you're a cider drinker and you're adamant that you hate beer, that sour beers are always going to be the ones that you're going to find easy to transition into craft beer, and they're not wrong really. It is very, very close to a cider, but without there being apples or any fruit, to be honest, of any sort. I mean, for me, for a beer drinker's perspective, it reminds me of cider. Whilst I guess a cider drinker would probably find it as a beery cider. It's quite a difficult one to just deconstruct actually. There is a slight smokiness to it that sort of harks back to that sort of Weiss beery-esque quality that it has in the aroma. One thing I do recommend though is when you're trying craft beers, not necessarily just mixed fermentation sours and all that, but anything. I guess it's a similar thing they say to do with whiskey, is when you're taking the mouthy smell through your nose at the same time as you're about to, then you get the full experience, as it were. For a beer like this specifically, I would recommend that because it is a lot more complex. Yeah, no, it is a fantastically put together beer. Totally different to what I've been drinking recently, actually. Yeah, no, fantastic ale from Marble Beers in Manchester. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Thank you very much. I've been me, and you've been you, and I'll see you next time. Cheers. Oh, and just a side note, if you like and subscribe, I love you forever.